Today we've got the pleasure of showing you around this absolutely stunning new model 72 registration, so only just delivered, delivery mileage, long wheelbase Range Rover Autobiography. This is the D350 variant, and as I just touched on, it's also a long wheelbase, so quite a very rare car indeed. And as you can already tell just from looking at it, an extremely unique colour, which we'll come back to in a second. But I'd just like to point out, we've sold a few of these already, mostly autobiographies, and as an autobiography, they come with so much as standard that there's not much you can sort of cost option on top of a standard autobiography. So for example, a couple of the ones that we've sold have been between up to £5 worth of options pretty much, not much more than that. Because they do come with so much as standard, but this particular car has got over £22,000 worth of options, so it's just an unbelievable example. We think it's the best one we've ever seen of any of the new model ones advertised so far, and the biggest cost option is the one that's in your face, which is this stunning colour. So this is a paint colour, it's not a wrap, and the official name for the colour is SV Bespoke Ultra Metallic Satin Tourmaline Brown. So it's this incredible matte brown colour. It is a paint option, and it's a £7,140 option, so quite an incredible amount of money to have this colour, and it just goes extremely well with one of the other desirable options on this car, which is the Shadow Line exterior pack. So these badges and the front grille surround and the faces of these sort of vents on the grille are all in this Shadow Line exterior pack, which is like this sort of glossy grey finish. It's not a black pack like they used to be, but this is the new colour to have. You can either have it general sort of silver or this shadow exterior pack, which is a very nice option. And another big cost option which helps make the car look so stunning is that contrast black roof. So it just makes the car, it breaks it up a bit, so it's not all matte. There is quite a lot of gloss on the car as well, but it just goes really nicely. And then if I come around the passenger side here, another option which I really like is these 23-inch diamond turn with the metallic grey inserts on the wheels there. And again, not the sort of full gloss black wheels. It's got this diamond cut face, which I think goes with the colour beautifully. And you've got those gloss black brake calipers, and they are branded Brembo, which is behind these spokes, so probably difficult to see, but obviously big brakes for such a big car. But the best thing about these cars, being fortunate enough to have driven one, is look, considering the size of it, they are one of the easiest cars I've ever driven, because they've got rear wheel steering, so very manoeuvrable, and the steering is extremely light, so it almost feels like you're driving a Toyota Yaris. They're that easy to drive. And that shadow exterior pack continues on this design on the door here. So again, it's one of the sort of signature features. It's a very clean side to the car. You've got this one belt line that goes all the way from the bonnet edge all the way down to the back of the car, but there's sort of not much else to, it's just very clean, and it's a big improvement on the old cars. And another factory cost option is these gloss black mud flaps. So it's about £400 for the front two and £500 for the back two. So again, not a cheap option. And then if I open the door here, you'll see another cost option, which is over £3,000 worth, which is those deployable side steps. So you'll see you get the beautiful side steps which come out for you and just make getting into the car that much easier. And then if you have a look inside, again, the colours are broken up by this beautiful ebony perforated semi-aniline leather, and you've got the Perlino on the dashboard and the door cards, and it's just a stunning sort of contrast. But the good news is that all of the sort of touch surfaces are still ebony, so you're not going to struggle with getting it dirty or anything like that. And obviously we'll touch more on this stunning interior as we get round to the driver's side. But I'll show you in the back, because again, as I mentioned before, being a long wheelbase, the car is quite unique. And if the cameraman comes around so they can get in, it's quite unique in that the amount of space in the back of this car is just unbelievable. And obviously you've got another cost option, which is those 11.4-inch rear seat entertainment screens. So lots of options on this car. They're not standard. Not much of this car is standard, to be fair. It's a stunning specification. And they're almost just like iPads. You just touch them and they come alive when the car's running. And I'd just like to show some bits with the seats here as well, because being a long wheelbase, they're all 7-seaters as long wheelbases. So if I hold this button here, it's very clever how the seat gets out your way. I've never seen a 7-seater car with such easy access to the rear seats. It literally moves them completely out the way. And then if I push these buttons here, the rear seats will fold up. And you get proper big rear seats in this. You can see there's actually a bit of a gap between the base of the seats and the floor, so it's comfortable to sit in. and then if I hold this button, this seat will go all the way back to where it was. And then obviously we'll show you from the boot what that does to the boot space and how you can fold it all from the boot as well in a second. So that's those back in place. Very easy, no sort of hard work. You don't have to climb in the car to get those seats up or anything like that. But coming around the back of the car, again, all of the gloss black above the sort of body line, if you like. So the privacy glass, the gloss black roof, you've got those double shark fins on the new model Range Rover. And then one of my favourite features is this 360 black sort of design on the boot here. So your brake lights are down the sides there, your indicators are across here, and they very neatly hide the reverse lights down in the diffuser here. So again, just the key design of this car is it's just very clean. There's not much to it in terms of messiness or anything like that. It's all very neat and tidy. And you've got that famous split folding tailgate design of the Range Rovers. And obviously this car's still present with the hampers and the flask that you get from Range Rover when you buy it from new. But you'll see, you still get some soft bags in there, even with those rear seats up. The headrests are manual, so they just pop up by hand. And then you've got a set of buttons down here to actually fold those seats back down. And it will release the headrests manually as well. And if I fold both of those down, you'll see you're left with being a long wheelbase, you're left with an extremely large boot. And it's actually very luxury for the rear passengers as well, because you might be able to see if you look quite far down, even the rear seats are heated, and each passenger on both sides has their own USB-C port as well. And there's also 12-volt sockets in the boot here. So lots of sort of connectivity, 12-volt socket just hidden down there. Lots of sort of connectivity, and nobody in the back is losing out. The front two rows of seats, so the middle seats and the front two, are heated and ventilated, and the front two are also hot stone massage as well. So it's a stunning car. You just press one button. We have taken the parcel shelf out for the sake of showing you those 7 seats, but we do obviously have that present with the vehicle. And then coming round the side here, again, another design feature on these new Range Rovers. To end the belt line down the side, you've got this sort of trim here, which is also finished in part of that shadow exterior pack, so that would just be silver if it was a standard car. And then if you have a look on the rear door cards here, again, all of the sort of sills, illuminated door sills, have still got the wrappers on from when they were brand new. So you can see the car has really just been driven from the dealership to the customer's house. And you've got buttons here, so all of these blinds are electric. The rear seats can control the sunroof blind as well, so you can be chauffeured around in this beautifully and be in control of the car very much so. And also for the rear seats, entertainment screens, you've also got these brand new Land Rover headphones, which have obviously never been used, with one for both sides as well. And obviously on a Range Rover, standard on these new Range Rovers is soft closed doors as well. And the door handles will, if I push the button, they will shut completely flush with the side of the car. So again, just in keeping with that very clean design down the sides, all keyless entry and exit as you would expect. And then if I jump in the car now, we'll go through some of the interior features. So again, another cost option on this car is this SV Bespoke wood and leather steering wheel. So you've got wood trim around the outside, leather on the inside, and it is still a heated steering wheel as you would expect. And I'll just fire the car up now, which you won't hear because these new Range Rovers are just so smooth and silky. It's almost silent in these when you're driving them along. They're very nice. This particular car's done 146 miles from new, and if you have a look out of the windscreen, you'll see you've got a massive sort of heads-up display which shows you all of the info you would ever need. And then you've got this huge sort of tablet display here for the car. So obviously you've got a big wide, when it fires up, you've got a huge navigation screen. If I just tap into that, close that and zoom it out. And it's all very modern, all live traffic, so you can actually see some of the traffic that it's showing on the roads near us there as well. And if I pop the car into reverse, you'll see we've got the 360-degree surround cameras. So obviously at the moment, because the driver's door's open, it's not fully showing everything, but you can sort of just drag your way around the car and you can see everything that is around the car. It's very clever, and you can pick back onto a wide-angle reverse camera or just your standard one there as well. It's so much technology in these cars. They really are easy to drive considering the size of them. All adaptive cruise control as you would expect, the heated steering wheel, which I touched on before, and then you've got this new virtual dash for the driver here as well, which is fully customizable. You can have that as a full screen map. You can have it like that where it's got sort of 3 sections to it. There's lots and lots you can do with this car. Another feature I'd like to show you, which is becoming more common on these later Land Rovers, is this digital rear view mirror. So you can flick a switch and it goes to a camera. So if you've got lots of people in the back seats and you're struggling to see out, you can do that and it just completely bypasses everybody in the back. Or you can have it as a traditional mirror, and you'll see from those buttons there and the buttons underneath, it's got garage door opening controls as well. And behind the door mirror, which will be hard to see on the camera, the car is fitted with a Land Rover dash cam, which was also a £600 cost option, front and rear dash cams there as well. So, you know, it's fully ready to go. The customer who specified this car has done a fantastic job creating what we think is probably the best new model Range Rover we've ever seen. Obviously wireless phone charging under all of these cubby holes as well. Heated and cooled seats, as I mentioned, all massage seats, and a refrigerator in the front here as well, which is also a cost option. And if I turn it off and jump out of the car now, all of your Meridian surround sound systems, all standard on these new Range Rovers. But like I say, as I said at the start of the video, the key to this car is just the way it's been specified. £22,000 worth of options over and above a standard Autobiography. It's the most expensive specified one we've seen. It's the best looking one we've seen in a unique colour, and I'm led to believe that this colour is now only available on the SV models. So you won't be able to order another one in these colours. One owner from new, 146 miles, and it's just a stunning opportunity to own one of the best looking cars on the road. My name's Ben, thank you very much for watching.